Use the code CHICKEN in the shop.
Hey guys, the Chickens here. We are back today with another Boom Beach video. In today's video, guys, this is going to be your Season 51 starting guide. We're going to be going over today how you need to start each and every Warship season, and specifically Season 51, because we're all starting from rank 1. We're starting from that reset. So we talked a little bit yesterday about how important it is to play a lot at the beginning, but we'll try to expand on that a little bit. If you guys do want to stay updated on everything that is Season 51, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And I appreciate it if you throw in that code CHICKEN into the shop. So we got some treasure. Now, shout out to whoever left that comment the other day about the submarine, saying that you can just simply automatically pick one. How cool is that? Apparently that's been in since the last update, and I just never realized. So I'm not going to try the base editor today, so we're stuck with this this crappy chicken base for right now. But yeah. So what do we want to do? Let's go. We're not going to boost today. I don't want to waste too much boost. So Season 51. Now, first we'll go over some basic stuff. Then we'll go over what to do with the reset and all that. So the way you want to start off your Warship season, guys, is you want to make sure that you see the sneak peeks, or at least you see the tech tree in advance of the season. There's nothing worse. There's nothing, there's not a better way to ruin your season than not having a plan going into it. It is fun, to carve out your path and figure out where you're going to go. I think it's important, too, to say that, when you do get to that point of making your tech tree, just commit to it. I mean, unless there's something that's going to be glaringly, better or worse, I think it makes a lot of sense to simply, stick to that path and, see if it pays off. Whether you're going, typically that either means you're going offensively or defensively. The thing is, defense is usually king in Warships. Defense is usually, what gets you forward. If you're not, a super amazing superstar player. But that being said, nothing, beats a really good offense. If you can, depending on what troops you have and stuff. This guy's got the chicken statue. Depending on what troops and stuff, having a really strong, really fast attack. You'll see the guys that are able to do that, they don't have much defense because they don't need it, because they can take your base down faster. So balancing out between those two, usually the path is somewhere in the middle. But I mean, if you lean one way or the other and you're able to make the most out of that, then typically that's your best bet. So that's important. Some of the basic stuff, like say you've hammered out the tech tree and it's, you've got decent enough tech to move forward, but for whatever reason you're just kind of struggling. You can't make it into whatever rank you're trying to get into, and things just aren't going well. Typically, that's a couple things. I would say first and foremost, it's probably your attack, or it's probably you're missing something small on offense that seems small, but it actually makes a huge difference. That could be something as simple as using, if Everspark is our hero, for example, not having her at rank 3. I noticed, I think that happened to me last season, is why I made that specific reference, because just getting her up to that level meant more critters coming and a little bit more health. She was able to survive a little bit, and that made a world of difference. So sometimes it's something little like that. Sometimes it's as simple as a base change. So the best way to really hash this out is, obviously you can stay connected on YouTube and all the apps and be talking to people, but just simply watch your replays. Watch what you're losing to. Watch what you're winning against. And then just kind of figure it out from there. It's not really that hard to kind of decipher, once you really know and understand what you're looking at. It is tricky, for sure. It's something I still struggle with to this day, covering 51 seasons of Warships, but can we get a second win before Kavan gets scooped up by that grappler? All right, let's go into 3x mode here. And yeah, it's the little things that make a big difference sometimes, guys. So that's definitely, something to focus on. So it could be your attack, it could be the base, it could be an easy, simple fix, or it could be something else. So yeah, that's kind of the general stuff. So let's talk specifically a little bit more about Season 51. So starting from rank 1, like we said, I still believe it to be true that the best thing that you can do is to play right out of the gates, because it's going to get very hard very quickly battling out of rank 1. You're essentially just going to lose every match, and it's going to be harder to rank up. The good thing about a season like this is you have the ability to rank up really, really quickly, but you got to hit the ground running. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that this season or not. I don't really want to start playing at 3 o'clock in the morning. That's in terms of like optimal stuff. If you're unable to do that, I don't think it's the end of the world. It just means it's going to be a little bit harder, right? You're going to have a little bit more of an uphill climb than the rest of people. So it's just something to keep in mind. So, I do think starting at the earliest hour you're able to, and if you can play, you're going to have to push. We're going to have to grind. It's not going to be easy. Everyone's going to have the same stuff, and we're going to be, depending on what you take. This is where it gets interesting, because on a season like this, on a reset, if you take a gamble on something and it works, and you figure it out before everyone else does, that can be huge. That can be where you get, that early gold chest before anybody else has it. Then you get the tech out ahead, and then you're just flying. You're off to the races. So if you're able to do that, obviously that's the way to go. Let's go with artillery on those boom cannons. There we go. Look at this, guys. We might have a shot here at the war factory. That would be a pretty surefire way. But you got to take that gamble. You got to take that risk, right? No risk, no reward. And if it backfires, then you're kind of stuck. So playing right away out of the gates is good. I think just, keeping in touch with people is probably the next best thing you can do. Again, whether that's through whatever form of social media or, Telegram, Discord, whatever you like. I think that's going to be a pretty surefire way to make sure that you're off on the right foot, because then you can find out what other people are doing. I do have a Discord server. The link is in the video description, and we've got a pretty solid group of guys in there that will help you out. If you're looking for advice or tips where you want to stay up to date on everything in the moment as it unfolds, that's not a bad spot to be for sure. And I think those two things are really the biggest. Otherwise, in terms of a reset, it just means you have to play more at the end of the day. That's all we're really talking about here. Is just make sure that you play more, make sure that, you're making smart tech tree choices. And you got to get out of the wood rank. I would recommend not to open up any chests at all in wood. At least get to stone. That's where starting early becomes very important, because it's going to be hard to get to stone out of wood if you're, playing 6 hours into the season already. Because you can do that, you can get out of wood rank without unlocking, whatever stupid stuff are around. You can do that if you start at the right time. Otherwise it's going to be a challenge. So it's going to be interesting. I'm excited to get reset and a bit of a different take on the season. But you guys let me know in the comments what you're thinking, what you're feeling. All that good stuff. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. That is going to wrap it up for the video today. Make sure to leave a like if you found it interesting, entertaining, or informative. Chickens Guys New York hat on. We'll see you next one, guys. Chicken out.